Helminth, we need to talk right now. Oh, hell no. Don't you dare call me a demon after what you did. You know what, Helminth? I was really nice to you. I came into this shithole of yours that's covered in goop, and I was like, well, those are some lovely tapestries you have here, Sir Helminth. And you were like, well, thank you very much. Would you like to sit in my lovely chair? And I did. I sat in the lovely chair. And you know what happened? A fucking grenade grew out of my goddamn neck. You have a lot of explaining to do, young man. So hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and in the past couple of days you've probably seen like a bazillion different videos showing you how to get the Helminth charger. One thing to bear in mind about this though is that this is very much an incomplete piece of content, and I think DE added it into the game just to allow players to drain their helmet cyst, because it's still referred to as a Kubro even on its own ability cards, and the ability cards themselves are just borrowed from other Kubros. I mean, Helminth Ferocity is just savagery from the Sunika Kubro, and Helminth Hunt is, well, Hunt from the Huras Kubro. It also shows up as a Kubro on the mission summary screen, and as you can see over here, it can use Kubro armor and accessories which don't fit it at all. So as I said already, it is very much an incomplete piece of content, and I would not be surprised at all if they gave it a full overhaul with new abilities and even a new model. But anyway, to get the Helminth charger, you have to begin a Kubro incubation, and then you have to drain your cyst into the incubated Kubro egg. You get the Helminth cyst by either sitting in Helminth's chair if you have Nidus, or by simply brushing against another player that already has the cyst on his Warframe. However, once you get infected by the Helminth cyst, you will have to wait 7 or 8 days for the cyst to fully grow, and then you'll be able to drain it into the Kubro egg. Once you do that, a pretty standard Kubro incubation will start. You will have to wait a couple of days for it to hatch, then you can name it, then you have to wait for it to mature for combat, but then there is a bug which will keep telling you that it's missing a collar. Just log out, log back in, and it will be fixed. The abilities, as I've said already, are just borrowed from other Kubros, so Helminth Ferocity just causes it to stand on its back legs and bite the enemy, doing a lot of finisher damage, and the Helminth Hunt ability just causes it to charge straight through enemies and deal a decent amount of damage because it does scale off the bonus damage you get from Maul and Bite. And just like the other Kubros, it can also use Scavenge, which at maximum rank is going to give it a 90% chance to open up locked lockers. Now, I would be pretty disappointed if the Helminth charger just ends up being another Kubro that looks a little bit different. The best thing they can do, in my opinion, with the Helminth charger is to go into status. It already does slash and toxin damage, even though the status chance at the moment is only 5%, which is pretty low. But if they throw in some mods that allow us to augment the type of elemental damage the Helminth charger does, and then throw it some mod cards, with abilities that allow it to spread status in different ways, this could be a really cool companion. At the moment, it's just a combination of two Kubros, but it could be something really cool. Now, this is not a full review of the Helminth charger, and I will do a full review once it's considered a completed piece of content and it's not a mash of random Kubro things as it is right now. I just wanted to let you know that this is something that you can indeed get and show you how to get it so you can maybe start ranking it up and maybe even put on a couple of Forma. It is a pretty strong companion and it can do a lot of damage, especially when it crits, because Maul gives it a ridiculous critical multiplier. But right now, for overall usefulness, if you don't want to run a Sentinel, go with the Kavat, because they can give you really good buffs and can strip away enemy armor. But don't forget that this companion is not finished, okay? A lot of this stuff is placeholder, so it may become really good once it's properly fleshed out. And that's pretty much it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching, as always, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.